Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Quick look here at Fetch.AI. Once more, double checking a couple of key factors. We keep retesting this lower level here at about 250, 253, 255, right in that range. Not looking pretty here, of course. And as I mentioned yesterday, wait for it to break above this descending trend before considering a long position, because there's really not a lot of a benefit to taking a long position anywhere in the market. I mean, Bitcoin dominance is super high and alts are just getting destroyed. So please, please, please be very careful taking long positions soon. Obviously, I think this weekend might be a different story if Bitcoin dominance can start to come back, but we're really not seeing that much at all. So interesting stuff. We'll take a look at a few of the key factors here and see where we're at here. So Fetch.AI, let's quickly look at some liquidation levels and go ahead and get started. We can see 250, again, heavy concentration of liquidation to the downside, but also a lot at about 330. We're a ways away from that though. More likelihood to see the lower level here swept at 250 because greed is a very real thing. That's just kind of how the market movers work. They find these levels here, these points of control, and they squeeze really hard until everybody gets stopped out and turn the price around as if it never happened. But everyone else is feeling the pain and they are not. They're loving, they love that kind of stuff. So just be mindful that the market is kind of trashy right now. It's a common narrative. It will be for the next couple of weeks leading into the Bitcoin halving. We saw a very similar scenario leading into the Bitcoin ETF as well. Everyone's all happy, super lucky, and then happy-go-lucky, and then price just drops and just destroys people. Okay, we could see the inverse here, where we see a lot of downs and ups. Bitcoin cannot seem to make up its mind. Even if you trade with confirmation, it's still very low success rate. We've been having a lot of trouble, honestly, in the last couple of days, just trying to find good entries. And when you think you got a good entry, boom, it goes the opposite direction. So just be careful. All right. Enough about that. Let's talk a little bit more about Fetch.AI on the daily time frame. We're working our way down. Now, if we look at the moving averages, we can kind of verify that we're still decent. We're above most moving averages. However, of course, we're below the 20. And this is a common narrative for most coins right now. In fact, we're seeing this 0.618 fib level here trying to hold, but so far it's not providing a lot of support. More so resistance at this level. We look at the larger picture here on the daily. We're retesting 50 on the RSI. That's never a great sign. More common for the price to break down. Again, this depends on Bitcoin. Keep that in mind. Bitcoin takes off, Fetch.AI probably won't sell off any further. But if we do see just a retest that lower 67, 66K range, heaven forbid 64,000 for Bitcoin to fill that CME gap, yeah, we're going to see Fetch take a nosedive from here. Okay, so just be mindful. We're kind of on the edge of disaster, but truth is a better long position if you were to have one, I mentioned this yesterday, is somewhere in the 240 to 238 to 242 range, just because that's a heavy support level, and losing that would be a different story altogether, but there's a solid chance we're going to see a bounce or a pivot off that range. Okay, so there's that. We also want to take a look here as well at stochastic RSI swinging up. We can see this here as positive sign, but really the only consolation here. Okay, so not a lot of good stuff here, minus the money flow index being fairly high. But once again, if we look at the 4-hour time frame, it doesn't really tell us the same story. It's coming up. That's that natural knee-jerk reaction to the price action pulling back like it did. Stochastic is swinging up again here, of course, letting us know we have maybe a momentous shift, but we're still under 50 on the RSI. There's no other way around it. It's still fairly bearish, okay? So it's not a phenomenal situation here at all. MACD is trying to converge, but having trouble. So again, minus the momentous indicators, we're in a situation where it's not good at all. We're below all 4 moving averages. There's 0 reasons to take a long position. We may have a consideration for a long over here, or just say the price continues a little bit lower. This might be a good thought there too, just based on overextension of the downside, sweeping that lower level of liquidity and catching that dip. But generally not a good practice to try to take a trade, right? What we want to look at here on the hourly is the Ichimoku cloud and confirm a couple of key factors here. The important thing to recognize is that we're below the cloud, conversion line is below the baseline, lag expense. It is free and clear, but to the downside. These are all bearish indications, letting you know that if you have a short position open, you may want to consider keeping it open. There's no reason to even consider taking profits at this point because the market is so trash that there's not really a lot of reasons to consider keeping a long position with this coin. Okay, so easy way to understand it is that we want to have one of two things happen. Actually, 2 of 2 things happens. We need to be above this trend line, and we need to be back up over the cloud. Really, a closure at 275 in the next 24 hours would be what we're looking for. I don't think we're going to get that unless Bitcoin successfully removes its head from its ass, which honestly I don't think that's possible considering just how garbage this is. I mean, Look at how terrible this trading is. Ripsaw up, ripsaw down, ripsaw up, ripsaw down. I mean, it's just totally destroying people in every single direction right now. And that's what the market movers are doing. That's what they want. And unfortunately, altcoins are caught in the crossfire. So again, just be very careful trading coins right now. If you do trade tight targets, make sure you're taking profit when you can. Low leverage, low position sizing. I know it seems crazy, but we survive a lot of markets and we do very well for ourselves. This is last month's results, for example. 2 stop losses, and I think those are like 25 to 30 positive trades in the green. Again, a lot of profit to be taken if you're strategic and you use patience. Honestly, right now, we're having a lot more difficulty finding good entries, so we're going to see a little bit less signals this month just by default because we don't want to destroy any of our accounts. We want to preserve what we've earned and make sure that we find the right trades. Right now, trading with confirmation can be difficult, so please understand that. Okay, either way, I hope I described things correctly for you. If I did, do me a quick favor, like, subscribe, comment below. Deeply appreciate that. I do look forward to working with you. We've got a lot of new members coming over our Trading Academy community and Signals group, so check that out. Link down below if you're curious. Reach out if you have any questions, of course. Get to know our community. We have an awesome Discord here, both general chat and premium. And I deeply appreciate everybody just jumping in together, helping everyone out. It's a really awesome environment. So thanks again so much for that. We'll look forward to seeing you on the next video. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Take care.